very good morning to all my children. Hope you have understood the explanation which I gave to you in my previous classes. If you remember, I concluded the chapter or the topic with that how the icebergs, the snow which are in the mountains, how they are melting with the effect of global warming. As a result of which, we find that many land masses get submerged into the melting up of the snow or the icebergs. These are the certain problems which are faced globally in our countries. Now, the question arises that what are the various things, what is the various solution to all such problems which is not faced by one country but is faced globally in the world. You know, children, that every problem has a solution. The resources, the valuable free gifts of nature which are diminishing very fast by the greed of the individuals, creating a society between the haves and the have-nots, has come as a major problem in our country. This is a problem not faced by one country, two countries, but this is a problem which is faced globally in our world. In our the whole world. As a result of which, we come that the solution to this major problem is the adoption of sustainable development. Sustain. What does sustain mean? Sustain means how you can live with your expectations with the limited resources. Geographically, there is one word which is known as sustainable development. Sustainable development basically means how we have to utilize the resources in the present situation with utmost care so that we can conserve these resources for the future generation. Children, there are many resources which are not seen by us, which have not been experienced by us, but which has been seen and experienced by our forefathers. They have not utilized the concept of sustainable development, as a result of which they have vanished from our earth. Today, as sensible citizens of our country, we have to adopt the policy of sustainable development. Sustainable development means that how we have to utilize our resources with the minimum satisfaction. With the minimum resources, how we can have maximum satisfaction. This is a theory which is formulated by various geographers, by earth scientists who say that we all have to adopt this particular theory. That is the theory of sustainable development. Let me give you a small example. Suppose water. Very soon there is, till now also we experience the scarcity of water, especially in the summer seasons, where the government also emphasizes again and again that we have to conserve the water since they are limited. The government emphasizes on this with one more issue, that is the sustainable development. They never say that you don't utilize water, don't drink water even if you are thirsty because you have to save for the future. No. The basic concept is, the basic understanding of this concept is that you have to utilize these resources with sustainability. Sustainability means where you are having maximum usage of the resources with maximum satisfaction, but you are not misutilizing the resources. The solution is sustainable development. This is a one-mark definition which comes very often, that what is sustainable development. Sustainable development means using the resources for satisfying the present needs, taking care of the future generations, so that the future generation can utilize these limited resources. They are not finished, but they can be utilized for the future generation. The concept of sustainable development is actually a derivation when the first agenda or the first meeting on sustainable development was taken globally. Let me tell you, children, that in the year 1992, not one country like India, Pakistan, USA, everybody faced that there is global warming which is on the extreme. At that particular time, in the year 1992, 100 heads of various countries, heads means the president as well as the vice president, they all came together. 100 heads of different countries came together, and the place was Rio de Janeiro in Rome. 1992. Please remember the date. They all came forward with the solution of sustainable development. There was a meeting in which it was said that we all will come together. And children, please mind it, this is also known as the First Earth Summit. First Earth Summit means where all the countries in the world, in the earth, came together for the adoption of the sustainable development. When we talk about sustainable development, here this was the major problem, and the solution which they came forward with the meeting of this was known as the Agenda 21. This was an agenda which had various issues. This agenda had various issues, and the main agenda of this issue was to achieve global sustainable development. Global means in the entire world. Sustainable, to utilize the resources in a sustainable manner. Development, so that all countries in the world utilize their resources of their particular national resources for the sustain of that particular country, contributing to the world. United States was a country who was foremost taking care of all such sustainable development, and he put forward, United Nations, he put forward 3 major issues. Please remember, this is an important question. What are the 3 major issues which came forward in 1992 with Agenda 21? The first issue, very important issue, was to combat environmental damage. Children, wherever there was global warming, countries found that there was the global environmental damage to their country. Now, you will say, I personally don't face any environmental damage. Maybe the world is facing global warming, but I have an AC at my home. My needs are satisfied. No. Even in that particular situation, the global warming, the equilibrium of the nature has to be maintained for each and every individual, because each and every individual contribute globally. Second important agenda which came forward during the Rio de Janeiro summit was poverty. All the countries had one major issue, the poverty issue. How to reduce the discrimination between the haves as well as the have-nots. Haves who possessed all the resources, and have-nots who did not possess even a single resources in their hands. As a result of which, there was a gap in the countries. The third very important aspect was disease. Every country faced various diseases which was respective of their own countries. With this agenda, the first meeting in the earth talking about the problems of the environment all the countries faced coming together for the first time, talking about how all the countries in the world face 3 major issues. With this, we find that they all came forward that how we can all move our heads together. We can all join our head together with the adoption of global sustainable development. Children, we will move further to yet another related chapter to this global sustainable development, and that is what is resource planning. Resource, a source which a person use to satisfy his needs. When we talk about planning, planning means where you are putting the things easily coordinated so that there is no confusion. I'll give you a small example. You people will be appearing for your board examination this year. To score good marks, you will be making a plan how to divide the subjects which you have, all the 5 or 6 subjects which you have this year. You will make a planning in such a manner so that you can complete your syllabus, do the revision of the respective subject so that there is no confusion at the last moment. This is the planning which you will be doing from day 1. Similarly, all the countries, especially India, also adopt the system of or the method of resource planning. There are 3 major steps which are involved in the extraction of the resource planning. Resource planning means how we have to plan the resources in such a manner so that it can be distributed in the entire country equally, number 1. Number 2, not a single resource in our country, in any part of our country does not get recognition, does not get wasted, and it is utilized. There has to be a planning in such a manner that every part of our country, all the physiographical divisions of our country, whichever resources they are in abundance, they utilize these resources with a proper planning so that the overall development of our country is there. Talking about the first resource planning, the first major step is identifying the resources. Identifying means to locate the resources. Children, when we talk about the places like Chhattisgarh and Odisha, we find that they are rich in mineral deposits. The maximum mineral deposits are found in this particular belt. As a result of which, our country makes maximum efforts to utilize or extract the resources from these belts so that our country develops. Similarly, when we talk about the resources of rivers or the water bodies which are found in the Himalayan region, we find that they are rich in minerals as well as they are the storehouse of minerals as well as forest resources. So the first step towards the resource planning is to identify in our country, to identify those resources and to locate those places which are rich in one resources or the other, which can be utilized for the development of our country. The second thing which we have the resource. Remember children, in my first lecture, I told you how there is an interdependence relationship between human being, technology and institution. This is related to that part only. And the second step towards the resource planning is evolving a planning structure. How to plan the resources in such a manner using appropriate technology so that we can extract the mineral economically. I'll give you a small example. Suppose in a peninsular plateau, we have spent roundabout with the labor, with the coming up of taking the machines to that particular area. We have to extract the resources. If we are economically in a profit, then only the government will emphasize to take out the resources from that particular belt. Somewhere if the country feels or the people who are extracting the minerals feel that they are at loss, they will definitely not go in the future for the extraction of resources. Here we have to remember that 2 major aspects have to be taken care. Number one, qualitative. Number two, quantitative aspects of resources. When we talk about the qualitative aspects of resources, qualitative aspects means that the quality of the resources should be in such a manner that it has to be related to the development of the country. The quality of the resources should be in such a good quality so that it is utilized for the development. How we can say it is required for the development? So that country utilize its good quality resources for the progress of the country. Second aspect related to this is quantitative aspect. Quantitative means quantity. Whether the resources, wherever the country or the government is extracting its resources, in what aspect, in what quantity they are getting the resources. Are they in small quantity or they are in large quantity? Definitely, if the resources are in small quantity and not of good quality, the government will never extract those resources. But on the other hand, if the quality is very good, it is of superior quality and the quantity is in large number, definitely the government will be eager to utilize the resources along with technology to extract the resources. Third, but not the least, when we talk about the resource planning, we find that whenever the resources are there, with the identification of the resources, with the appropriate technology and the skills, we find that every government, especially our Indian government, emphasizes for the extraction of the resources for the overall development of our country. Not a single individual will take the things which are found in their particular land for their own individual progress. Definitely, that person will also contribute for the economy of the country. So the third important aspect when we talk about the resource planning is that resource planning has to be concerned about the overall development of the country. When with these resources we get maximum amount of quality as well as quantitative resources, our country will develop and very soon we will attain the status from developing country to a developed economy. Hope I am clear with my explanation of resource planning, talking about three major steps involved in the planning of resources. Children, in this chapter, I have explained to you the solution of the global warming, that how all the countries have to come further with the adoption of sustainable development, with the adoption of that sustainable development which should not be with one government on the head. It should be adopted by the local level also. Every village in our country should adopt the system of sustainable development. Next, we move further to the three aspects or the three steps which were involved in the resource planning. Thank you very much.